How one childhood memory resurfaced and made me see my parents in a completely different light. I used to think my parents were the perfect couple, funny, affectionate, and the kind of people everyone wanted to be around. But a random childhood memory hit me a few months ago, and it changed the way I see both of them forever. I'm 28 now, living in Denver, and I hadn't thought about my old house in years, until I saw a photo online that looked exactly like the street I grew up on. Suddenly I remembered something I hadn't thought about since I was maybe 7 or 8. It was a night when my mom woke me up, whispering that we had to go for a drive. I remember the way she looked, calm but sort of shaky. She buckled me into the back seat in my pajamas, and we drove off in silence. I kept asking where Dad was, but she just said, "He's fine, sweetheart. We'll be back soon." We stopped at a 24-hour diner on the edge of town. She let me order pancakes at midnight, which felt like magic at the time. I remember her smiling, but it wasn't her usual smile. It looked glued on. Then this man came in. He wore a baseball cap, pulled low, and sat across from her. They didn't say much, just exchanged a few quiet words. I don't remember falling asleep, but when I woke up, I was back home. Everything seemed normal. Dad was in the kitchen making breakfast. Mom was humming like nothing happened. Eventually, I forgot about it. Fast forward to last year. My parents announced they were separating after 32 years together. They didn't give details, just said things changed. I tried to be supportive, but part of me couldn't understand it. They were always so solid. Then, during a visit to help Mom pack up her stuff, I found an old photo album I'd never seen before. Tucked inside was a photo from that same diner, the one from my childhood memory. My mom was there, and so was the man in the baseball cap. He had his arm around her. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it. She just looked exhausted and said, "I thought you were asleep that night." That man, she told me, was her high school sweetheart. She'd run into him again while my dad was working late shifts. She swore they only met a few times, that it wasn't physical, just emotional confusion. She said she ended it before it went too far, but that it haunted her for years. I didn't know what to say. My whole childhood image of them, cracked open. Later, when I told my dad about it, he just sighed and said, "I knew. I forgave her a long time ago." That broke me. I always saw my dad as this stoic guy, but hearing that, it changed everything. He said, "We all make mistakes. What matters is what we do after." That night, I couldn't stop thinking about how my parents had lived together for decades, carrying all this silent pain and forgiveness. And how one forgotten memory, pancakes at midnight, was actually the moment my family began to fracture. Now, when I think of them, I don't see perfection anymore. I see two flawed people who tried their best, hurt each other deeply, but still loved in their own broken way. And weirdly, that makes me respect them more.